Alright, y'all. What's up? Um I'm kind of on a party planning mission for summer. So I'm about to try for maybe the next 3 weeks. It kind of depends what happens with other things, if I have any kind of weird symptom related things coming up. Trying to make it simple on myself, trying to make an extra um, gig profit of 200 a week. I feel like I could easily, well, not easily, but I could get to $1,000 in 5 weeks. If today is week one, well, yeah, let me see. It's Sunday the 27th, so if today's week one, it's 27th of April. Then by May 31st, if I do $40 profit a day with like Ubering, then that'll get me yeah, 40 a day would get me like for 5 days a week, it's like 200 a week. I'm shooting for that much profit. So it's gonna have to be $40 profit, and then I have some wiggle room of like 2 days. I could maybe do it in less than 5 weeks, because I'll have my Prop 22 payment coming up on the 1st this week. Then after that, the next one will be on Thursday the 15th. Then I'll have one on Thursday the 29th of May. So the 15th of May and the 29th of May. So 200 a week. Will that be able to get me through the summer as far as my extracurriculars? It might need to be more than that, actually. But I think the 1,000 by the end of May will. I mean, I don't want to spend it all in June. I think like half of it I'd probably spend in June, in all honesty. And then July. If I go to San Diego in July, yeah, that's gonna cost a lot, because that's probably the most expensive month to travel to San Diego. I'd probably go mid-July or so. I don't know when their Pride is. Is San Diego Pride the weekend of the 12th or the weekend of the 19th? Because they usually do, what's the other? They usually do the Black Pride July 4th weekend, which is not good timing, but it's usually the first weekend of July. They've only had a few, but they've mostly been, I think, the first weekend of July, then that second weekend or third weekend. Like, Pride is usually like in the middle of the month, but I don't know if it's going to be. I mean, I could simply look it up. Somebody told me Kehlani's going to be there. July. Okay, so San Diego Pride. Do you ever notice yourself making the same typo errors? I always put prode instead of pride. Okay, it's 16th through 20th this year. And let's see where it is. I don't know where Black Pride is. Where's San Diego Black Pride 2025? Is it happening? Let's see. Sorry, I should have looked this up before, but I didn't really think about looking it up. Upcoming events, no events at this moment. So, I don't know. Let's see. It doesn't say anything. I don't know. There's a lot that is here, but it doesn't really say if they're having an actual event. Let's see. It really doesn't say anything. They have a link tree. I know the other years it was kind of hidden too. Like, it wasn't like obvious and like in your face, or like easy to find. And so I'm wondering if it's gonna be the same way. Because if it hadn't been for Instagram, I don't think I would have even heard about it, and through word of mouth through friends. Yeah, it doesn't really say yet if there are events, but I guess it's something to keep an eye out for. I was gonna start Ubering around 9 a.m. I gotta hydrate first. It's 8:10 right now. What I'm gonna do, I've got a new eBay store open because I had so many issues with the other one. What I'm gonna do is get that logged in on my phone and take all the pictures. I'm gonna crop all the pictures. I'm basically just gonna crop all the pictures for my eBay store, and I'm also I'm gonna crop those pictures like while I'm driving, not while I'm literally driving, but while I'm between orders. I'm kind of gonna bring with me some of the stuff I want to work on when I'm between orders. I have a hotspot. I'm debating if I'm gonna bring my laptop with me. I might bring my laptop with me. I mean, that kind of sucks, but I might just bring it with me because it's easier. It's easier to do. It's easier to just bring it, and then if I can work on stuff in the car, I'll try and do that. And if I can't, then that might be even better. If I can't, that means that I have too many orders and I don't have time to open my computer. But I do feel like the one thing that deters me from doing Uber Eats is that, there's a lot of time spent working on, like, sitting in the car, not getting any other thing done. Like, I calculated on average, if you want to make $40 to $60, and that's not even counting profit, like $40 to $60, it takes 4 to 5 hours of being on the road, and it calculates about 2.5 hours worth of time that you were actually, like, in the process of doing a delivery. And so I really have to get like 2 to 2.5 hours worth of deliveries, but in reality, they're probably not going to come back to back. Yesterday I noticed a trend Saturday morning that almost all the McDonald's were lit up and nothing else was lit up. So I'm wondering this morning if that's going to be the same situation if I look at it now. I mean, I'm going to eat a quick breakfast, and then I was going to eat breakfast and then exercise. I mean, exercising doesn't take me that long. But yeah, this morning it's bagels, McDonald's, burritos, stuff like that. I'm going to wait till about 9:30, because yesterday it was around 9:30. Everybody was ordering McDonald's. But yeah, it's the same. I'm seeing a bunch of McDonald's, donuts, Taco Bells. People like their fast junk food in the morning. I am not hating on people. I'm just saying that's what I'm noticing. And so I might just post up near a McDonald's somewhere and just try and like rake in some orders. I don't know which McDonald's are the best ones, but I'm about to screenshot this now. I'll screenshot again near 8:45. I've been trying to get in like a mile of cardio, running lines in the garage in the mornings. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I mean, I technically can if I rush. It doesn't take me that much. It shouldn't take me that much time to just, you know, get in a mile, get in a shower, eat some eggs and some cereal or whatever, and heat up my lunch, bring my pre-made pasta with me on the road. I probably won't be out till dinner. If I start early, I'd probably get breakfast, brunch, and lunch orders. I feel like Sunday is the best day to do deliveries because, I mean, the parking sucks because people are home more. Same with Saturday, the parking sucks because people are out more. It's like Saturday sucks because people are out and taking all the parking at the restaurants and stuff, and it's kind of busy and there's lines everywhere, and then everybody's out shopping and it's a little trafficy Saturdays, but people are ordering more too. Like throughout the day. Same thing with Sundays. People order more throughout the day. Versus weekdays, I notice is mostly lunch and dinner. There's breakfast too, but it's like you kind of have three batches, three time frames where you can really get in a lot of orders. Versus weekends, I notice it's more staggered, so you can end up getting a bunch of orders. But I really don't want to just sit there waiting. You know, that is such a big waste of time and such an energy drain. If you know you're going to sit in the car for 5 or 6 hours, it's like, that's too freaking long to be sitting in the car, not getting any other work done, and then finally, it's like, you start getting work done, you know, once you get home. Like, but also I feel like sometimes the multitasking between the multitasking between starting you know, like when you're trying to start orders and stuff and then you're already in the middle of something else, like it's almost like that effect that you have like when you're at a stoplight, how it's like you always think like, oh, I can check my map or I can check my text, you know, and then it's like the light just seems too short to be able to do that. But then when you're sitting at a light, you're like, man, these lights take forever when you're not actually trying to like multitask. You shouldn't be on your phone anyways, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of that same feel. It's that same kind of effect where you're just like, getting that kind of yeah, when you're kind of getting that, I guess, like, yeah, you just, I don't know how to explain it, but like, is it really possible to get things done, you know, between orders? Like, I've tried to do stuff between orders, and sometimes it's like, okay, let me like set this up or start this part, and then it's like, I don't know how much I really accomplish between orders. But it just feels more productive, I guess. Like, because if you think of it, if it's like, if I'm really in a car like 4 or 5 hours and I'm only driving 2 to 2.5 hours, there's definitely like multiple hours of time worth in between. like 2 to 3 hours of time worth in between where that could stack up into something getting done. Um, but it just might depend on what it is. And then I also don't like the idea of somebody seeing me in my car with a computer, you know, because you're parking places and like you have to leave your car. And so I'd have to make sure it's locked up so that nobody tries to like break into my car to take my stupid computer. This computer is not even worth the price. Like as far as what's on it, it's worth it, but as far as like resale value, I don't think this computer's even worth the cost of what it would cost to replace a broken car window. Like I don't think I could sell this computer for that much money. I don't think it's worth that much money. It's a Dell Inspiron 2014 7000. It's let's see how much they go for. Inspiron 14 7000. It's the one that has the touch screen and it's old. It's a 2-in-1. I mean these are older though. This definitely doesn't have all that. I mean new, they have them around like 400 at the lowest, but these are new. Let me see what this is exactly. I can't see the sticker. The sticker on the bottom is kind of worn. But, I guess I could look in the settings too. But it doesn't go for a lot of money, I already know. Like if I were really trying to sell it, I could probably sell it for 200-300. But it's nice that it's lightweight. The battery doesn't really retain the charge for way too long. Like I'd say, yeah, it's at 2 hours 32 minutes at the moment. After just talking for like 20 minutes with it on. I mean, it is possible to shut down a lot of other stuff, but I don't know. I don't know about that meetup. I'm gonna see if the Ubering leads me toward this deli where people are meeting up at. If the Ubering leads me that direction, then I might follow. But if it doesn't, then I'm just gonna stay in my area. So that's basically what I'm doing for Sunday. Nothing that entertaining. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna drive, and I'm gonna run up this eBay store. And I'll probably take a bunch of pictures before I leave. That's probably what I'm gonna do right about now. Take a bunch of pictures before I leave. I've got some books to sell. I think they'll sell pretty nicely. And I'm not sure what else I have to sell. I've got some other stuff, but I don't think I have access to it in my phone because I've taken a lot off and put it on my hard drive. So I think I'm gonna just take some basic photos of some of the stuff that needs to get sold, and then I'll crop it and do all that stuff and post and all that. And I've got an eBay store, a Shopify store I'm working on for a different project, and another store I didn't really actually make it a GoDaddy store yet. I think maybe I did actually. No, it's wrong. I think it is up as a GoDaddy store. But it doesn't have a purchase domain name. So I've got these 3 kind of projects I'm working on simultaneously. All of them I want up and running by May 1st, before May 1st. So April 30th is my deadline for myself. I've got to make sure my hotspot spare phone is charged. I've got to make sure this laptop is charged. I've got to make sure I have pictures of things that I can post and do all that. And while I'm boiling eggs, I'll boil some eggs. While I'm boiling eggs, I'll kind of do whatever kind of jogging around in the garage I can manage to finish up within like 15 minutes of an egg boil. But yeah, like that's basically what I'm doing for Sunday. It's not a very early start, but it's an early enough start. So I'm having relatively early start, hoping to start within like an hour or so, and then hopefully be done as early as possible. I'll probably go till, I'll see by noon kind of how things look, and if I have my food already with me, it won't be such a big deal, because I'll have food. So the only thing that'll keep me kind of wanting to come back is just sheer boredom, pretty much. I do find Ubering to be quite boring and dull, but I haven't done it in like almost a week, so every now and then, once I kind of step away from it for a little bit, it's a little more interesting when I can get back into it again, but it's not always. That's not always the case. Let's see. Okay, my spare phone's at 92%, which, let's charge it so it'll get to 100. I try, if I can, to leave the house with everything charged at like 100. So I'm gonna start just taking some photos, so they'll be on my phone. I can deal with that later with all the other, cropping and editing and stuff later. I'm just gonna take the pictures now, and then I'll deal with it while I'm on the road. On the road, as in out of the house. I'm not gonna be like driving and like simultaneously trying to like log into my laptop and like typing and driving and stuff like that. That is not the plan. But yeah, so let me get this day started. I'm gonna post this. This is pretty much what my Sunday is looking like. And how Sunday goes is gonna determine how the rest of the week goes. I have, on the 7th, I should have a payment coming out from those apartment viewings, those apartment gigs, but I don't really know how much it's going to be yet. It depends what they pay me for the calls of the ones who don't respond that I haven't been able to visit in person, and then it'll depend what pops up of the ones that I can visit in person. We'll see how many total is made, and then I'll see how much I'm doing with Uber. If I do this outside of my regular kind of work hours, I think it's possible to profit 1,000. I could shoot for more than that, but I'm shooting for 40 a day. But that's after, like, I've got fluids to replace. I've got, different things that, gas, that's not counting gas. I want 40 profit. If I make 40 a day, probably only half of that would be profit. So I think I'd have to actually make closer to 60, because it's probably like $20 of gas used at a time, approximately. So we'll see. I'm gonna get on it, and then if I have an update, I'll post. There's a local leather night event that I was trying to go to on May 9th, so I might check that out. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if it costs. I know it has an RSVP, so I opened the link. I didn't RSVP yet, but I'm considering it. And then I'll kind of see, maybe if I can check. Can I even check while I'm on here? Let me see if one of the local gay bars has anything going on, because if I miss the thing today, Um, it'll be like, um, uh, so let me look up this bar. Um, Man, I should have drank more water. I can tell I need to hydrate. Okay. I'm trying to look at their page. So, it doesn't really say what they're up to today. I don't know. I might have to wait till later to see what they're doing. But it depends. Wherever I end up, I guess, near when I'm done Ubering, that's kind of what I'm going to get into with the second part of my day. Unless I don't finish up enough online, I might end up at the library or a coffee shop or back home. But I try not to be out way too long because then I end up spending money on stuff. Especially being in the car smelling food. It really makes me want to just like eat stuff. So I have the same problem when I'm like watching videos. I've had to stop watching food related videos. So it's 8:30. Let me get on with this. And I guess if I have more to report back, I'll report back.